Hey guys, it's Gojira here. Welcome back to another Call Warhammer Beginning and End Times 1.5 beta. This is going to be a 1v1 between me and Richard. I am playing Bretonnia. He is playing Chaos Undivided. We are playing two tournament builds in the upcoming tournament from Warhammer Weekend Times. He will soon enough explain the rules on said tournament, but essentially you bring one build for most of the tournament and you play that against other players. Now, of course, Medieval 2 doesn't allow you to have mirror matches, so you will have a secondary army choice. Match and tournament rules will all be decided later. Registration opens the 16th, and tournament matches start the 23rd. That is what I can tell you for certain. So we're playing two tournament builds. Like I said, this is an interesting match. The match before turned out very differently. I'll not tell you which way. It's to show you the two powerhouses basically in this mod right now. And of course, you already know Med 2 and its love for Cav is strong, so Bretonnia is naturally going to be a strong faction, able to bring lots of Cav without going over the red limit. And Chaos Undivided has some tricks up its sleeve as well. If you use them properly, they can be pretty devastating. So let's go over the builds and let's dive into the replay. It is a pretty short one here today. So my core here, I have 4 swordsmen at arms. Pretty shitty, just hold the line infantry. They're not going to kill anything or do anything spectacular, but they will protect my juicier units in the rear, which consists of 2 field trebuchets to try to take out those infantry formations or some cav that might be sitting around. 2 peasant bowmen to pepper the enemy as they come in. 2 Pegasus Knights, and Pegasus Knights are usually good against factions who have skirmishers or artillery I can get at. Unfortunately, he did not bring a hell cannon, and he did not bring any skirmishers that I can get in, so I have to use them for rear charges instead, and they're not bad at that at all. So each of my cav flanks consist of 1 Knights of the Realm, 1 Grail Knight with 2 HP and beastly melee stats, 2 Questing Knights. Questing Knights are very good in prolonged combat. They're not the best on the charge, but they actually will beat Black Orcs if charged in and kept in combat. They will tank out a lot of melee engagements. Knight Errant are probably the squishiest of the cav I've brought today. They are pretty good on the charge. They won't stay around too long in the melee engagement, but they can do some damage for their cost. Alright, let's go over here to Richard's side. Richard bringing 1 chariot, 1 chaos chariot on each side of his army. He has 1 marauder horseman on each side of his army. He has 1 chaos knight on each side of his army. These guys have been raised in their limit in the open beta, so you can bring 2 of them before they get the cap reached penalty for their cost. Chaos warhounds on each flank. Sorry guys. And then he has a Chaos Champion Knight's Bodyguard. So these guys are actually pretty decent in melee. They have good stats, and they have 2 HP. His melee core is a Chosen of Chaos on each flank. These Chosen are particularly good because they have armor piercing and bonus versus large. A small bonus, but still a bonus versus large. Chaos Warriors with halberds. No shields, bonus versus large. Poke animation makes them pretty deadly in combat as well. And then in the middle, he has a Chaos Warriors Bodyguard unit, which has the Inspire ability. His general, with the Champion Knight's Bodyguard, also has an Inspire ability, so any troops around them will get a +1 into morale, which can be big in a lot of situations. Alright, let's hop into the replay and get this party started with some OBS lag. And I'm going to get the field trebuchets firing immediately. I'm going to try to be a douche and snipe his gen. We were going sort of try hard in our matches. I have to say, forewarning, Richard did play me earlier. We played the exact same builds, exact same map, exact same everything, and the result was a little bit different, if I didn't say that or mention that already. So, cav engagement is going to start off here. Some marauders are going to charge onto Knights Errant. it won't be a happy time for the Marauders, but he's immediately backing up with the chariots and just smashing through my lines, stopping these Knights of the Realm from immediately flanking around. Same with these Grail Knights. I am flanking around with the Pegasus Knights right now. He's bringing up his bodyguard on this side, moving his infantry up to engage mine whilst my bowmen fire in. I can't double click, I forgot. His Marauder horsemen are charging into the Knights Errant on this side. They look like they get a messed up charge because of the trees and possibly the chariots messing them up as well. They do have such a high mass they can push Cav around. I am moving my Grail Knights and Knights of the Realm to the flank like I'm attempting to do on the other side. It looks like his Marauder horsemen did just rout off the field. My Pegasus Knights chasing them away, getting that juicy rear charge, and you can see in prolonged combat these Chaos Knights and Chaos Chariots will shred my cavalry. You will see that these I don't know where the questing knights are, they're intermixed in here, but they will actually do pretty decently. I do get a nice sniping shot with this trebuchet. My trebuchet will backfire a little bit. I shouldn't be firing into blobs like this. It's dangerous, especially when the cav engagement is so critical in a battle like this. My infantry are getting absolutely shredded. Peasant bowmen doing what they can to deal some damage to these unarmored or unshielded targets such as the Chosen and the Halberds. My cav is doing alright in this, probably better than on the right flank. These Chaos Knights are putting in some work. Let's get a nice shot of that tree, that's what we want. I am pulling my Knights out. His Marauder horsemen have routed on this side as well. They might come back. It looks like they're coming back. I don't think I'm going to charge into them though. I think I'm going to try to get a clean rear charge. Something in my throat. His melee infantry break through my line. My trebuchets are still firing into this blob, which is disputably bad for me. If they keep firing, I don't think they're firing anymore, but I might have gotten some friendly fire in there. It's not great when you're outnumbering your opponent and firing artillery in. Luckily that missed. There's another shot coming in. Ooh. Okay, so it looks like I wrapped up this flank fairly convincingly. He does have his general still alive, moving through some Chosen. I'm trying to catch his general with my Pegasus Knights, but they get caught by the Chosen. They don't want to be staying in here too long. As you can see, already one dropped. With their bonusers large and armor piercing, they will take down those flying units. And flying units have wonky animations, so if you leave them in for too long, they will actually get shredded by most things if they don't have enough HP or stats, because their animations is very strange. Sometimes they'll just sit there and not attack for a while. Same with the wyverns and stuff. I don't know. I've just seen flying units mess up a lot. Okay, so I'm pulling my cav back. I'm pulling them back a little too far. There's no need for this. However, I have won the flanks, but the middle infantry engagement is not looking good. So my trebuchets are getting surrounded. His Chosen have stepped a little out of line here, and they're just going to get surrounded and destroyed with no losses on my part. What needs to happen now is if he blobs up and just sits there, it's going to be a very challenging game. But unfortunately with Cav, if you do anything but blob up, you're going to have a hard time. And he has the tools to survive, I think. Now it is going to be very tough because my Cav with its mass can just push through most things and just deal horrendous amounts of damage on the charge with these Knights of the Realm combined with Grail Knights. He's going to catch me a little bit back here, and he's going to deal some damage, but his general bodyguard unit is too torn up at this point to really do that much, or to keep my guys in melee at all. I can pretty much run away without too many losses. And I'm going to charge in. He's going to countercharge, but that's not what you want to do at this point. I will take some losses for whatever models don't get knocked down and they get attack animations off. You can actually kill Cav on the charge as well. It is very funny when you see Cav die on the charge, but it does happen more than you think. However, a majority of the infantry models will just get knocked down and killed, so it's not a good trade-off generally speaking. Now I have him moving around. He's chasing one or another flank at a time. Now he is holding tight, but I am getting these Pegasus Knights for a bombing run, suicide bombing, inside of the blob. I'm going to flank from both sides. They are turned around, and he's going to move all of his infantry units onto these Grail Knights. Most my Grail Knights and Questing Knights and Knights of the Realm hammer him from the rear, and his infantry blob is getting slimmer and slimmer as this battle progresses. And unfortunately, I think as those flanks were lost, the battle was also lost. It's just anti-cav infantry just really doesn't match up to cavalry. They're good for support, cavalry support engagements, but you really need either large units or other cavalry to deal with cav in Med 2. Or you can shoot them to death. You can either shoot them with very effective missile units like Way Watchers, Rattling Gunners, even Peasant Bowmen, Dark Shards will take care of, but you can't. Infantry just doesn't counter cav well in this game, and once all your anti-cav is out, it is very hard to come back from a blow like that. So GG to Richard. Now Richard's probably going to be a little pissed off because I did post the video of me winning in this matchup. Now last game was a lot different. It was about 1,000. Honestly, I don't even know if this is seconds. I don't know what this is. I'm thinking seconds. But this is just, it was like minutes shorter. It was really minutes long, to be honest. It was a very quick game in which he used his chariots, and I didn't flank around with my cav, and he just mowed through my entire cav flanks. Each flank was destroyed simultaneously in about the first 3 minutes of the battle, and then my infantry broke like it should. Bretonnian infantry is not meant to last, and it was game over. And so I have to commemorate Richard on that for beating the Bretonnian build, which widely is known on the Discord right now as quote cancer. It's not quite cancer, but a lot of people like to bitch about it. And Richard was like, hey, you know, I have something that can beat it. And I was like, oh yeah, Richard, well, what are you gonna do? And he comes in and whoops my ass. I'm like, oh, okay. But I obviously had to have another go. Even when he just destroyed me, you have to go back and see what you can improve on. And I ended up taking the win in this one. It may be different in the third game, who knows? I think the cav outflanking and the simple majority of cav is a little too powerful for that build to deal with, even when your micro is on point with your chariots. That is my opinion. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little battle. We'll go look at the kills real fast. And got a 136 on the Grail Knights, and none of these kills are really spectacular, but they were in important engagements, and it my cav served a critical purpose in winning me the battle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you later. Peace.